Hey folks, Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands, ancestrylands.com. Let me turn the mic up right now. Today is October the 13th. Right now we have, record high inflation. The housing market is turning on its head. We're looking at impending layoffs coming, maxed out credit cards, our wealth or ability to save money is constantly shrinking because of the price of items, goods, and services are outpacing our ability to make more income than what the cost of items are. So I'm just going to break that down a little bit more because this is very essential that I'm going to kind of touch on a few points today. And this is mainly for the younger generation. And I know if you're a younger person, you're looking at maybe I'll go watch something on TikTok right now, but I just would ask that you just stay to hear this one little message. When I say the 18 to 24 audience, I'm talking directly to you so you can understand what's coming ahead. Okay. Your attention is being drawn towards looking at this right hand. This is my right hand, actually, it's on the left side, but while the left hand, this hand over here, is doing something behind off screen. Okay, this is your TikTok, the things you watch on YouTube that are of not value to you getting somewhere in life. Okay, when I say that is that everything's set up and designed for you to focus on this hand here. This is the flashy, bright, everything that's exciting, the girl with the booty, the new TikTok challenge, the new cool thing that you can do, the newest thing to grab attention, right? This is what this hand is for. Meanwhile, in your life, when you need things in life and want things in life, see my other arm behind here? You can't see what this hand is doing. This hand's doing a lot of stuff. Okay. And the reason why I say that is you're being distracted. Your attention is being drawn away for things that give you no value in your life. When you want sneakers for right now, maybe your parents are paying for it. I have younger children, an 8 and a 6-year-old and a newborn. And we are now funding your life. Okay, at some point, you're going to have to get out there and start doing in your life. And you're going to want a place of your own. You want to make a car of your own. Well, your income is only so high. Okay. But now the cost of a car where maybe you could afford it on payments used to be somewhere around here. Now the price of a car has gone up because of something called inflation. That means that a car today, let's just use some really small numbers so people can grasp it. Let's say, I don't know, a phone is $1,000, an iPhone. Let's just use an iPhone because everybody loves iPhones. Let me speak the young people's language. An iPhone used to be couple $100 when I was in my 20s. Okay, that was about 20 years ago. And then maybe not an iPhone, but your typical Motorola's, your Samsungs, your Blackberries, those items were a couple $100, which was expensive for this time. Then all of a sudden, once the iPhones came out, salute to iPhones, they were about $1,000. And you used to be able to trade in your phone and only get a couple $100 for a new phone. And sometimes that was even free. Now you can't do that. So where maybe your new phone nowadays, an iPhone, let's just say $1,000 for the newest iPhone or the newest Note or whatever you want, Galaxy. Because of inflation, the same item, okay, it doesn't matter that it's an iPhone, the same item because of inflation now costs $1,200. Okay, so you have the same phone that you're buying for your YouTube, your Netflix and chills, your IG, your WhatsApp. When you're hitting up shorty, want to talk to her, or you want to do a TikTok video with your friends, that same iPhone is now cost you $200 more than it would yesterday or a year ago or 2 years ago. Okay, so that's just the iPhone. All right, so you got a car, say you have gas. Your car now, if you're buying a brand new car, the payments where they might have been $200 a month. I'm not even going to put down payment. Just talk about $200 a month. Maybe those and with inflation now, that's $250. Okay, so now you have your car payment. Then your insurance is now costing more because all these businesses have different costs. I'm just trying to get you to understand how these prices keep creeping up for the same product. You don't have a car that doesn't have 4 wheels. It doesn't have 5 wheels. It can't fly. Okay. It has It still can connect to TikTok and YouTube. The car does the same thing. All right. It still has the GPS capabilities. It has not changed. Okay. It's the same car. It's just a different year and model as it was 2 years ago. That car now costs you $200 more, $50 more a month. So as you're working, your income is not growing higher than your bills. Okay. You have base bills, you have your rent, your cell phone, whatever you're going to pay for. Well, if those bills start to just naturally cost more without the services being provided, the car is not, it's not more fuel efficient when you bought it. It's the same fuel efficiency, meaning that the same amount of gas quantity wise. So if it takes you 5 gallons or, 6 gallons to fill up your tank, the car has not changed and evolved. Its car still takes 6 gallons. All right. Your car is not doing any extra things to create a different value why it would cost more. It's the same six tanks, 6 gallons to fill up, still 6 gallons. Okay. But now the price of gas is higher. The price of shoes is more expensive. It's the same Jordans that you would buy any other time, but now they cost more. So your income and the cost of goods or cost of things that you want in life, okay, right down to a pack of gum, now start to creep up and go past your income, which is here. Okay. So when you're not able to create additional sources of revenue or income, you work a job, or you have a career. You're a nurse. Like I've been a nurse for 20 years. And I go to work, clock in and clock out. I get a set amount of pay. Everyone gets a set amount of pay. You can make more money if you go and work overtime, right? Everybody you work longer. So your 8-hour shift becomes a 12-hour shift or a 16-hour shift or a 10-hour shift, right? So I'm just trying to talk to the 18 to 24-year-old people right now to get them to understand like the world they're walking into, the world of where no one in the 40s, like my age, I'm 41, no one's giving them this education. No one's sitting down and talking to them to get them to understand how to prepare their mind and their focus and their goals and direction in life towards understanding this field that they're going to be in. Okay. We, as in my generation, who have kids that are teenagers, do have cousins same age that have kids that are teenagers or even college kids. We have done nothing to prepare you all for that future which you are in now. The reason being is that we are also suffering from not understanding the same knowledge that I'm trying to impart right now. That was not taught to us, okay, by the parents that were before us. Generally, everything was but get a job, work hard, work overtime, and you'll have a house, get a wife, get a kids, and it's just going to work out. The reason being is not because it's our parents' fault, but that's the model that they came from in their life. They were from a time where you could afford a house that was really nice, that was $200,000, 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, 2,000 square feet. Because at that time, when they were working, they learned that that was the world they lived in. You could work overtime, one job, one income, and you could afford these what are now luxuries. This is why the housing market is so expensive. In order to buy a house, you're now the cost to live, the cost to rent costs you more. All right. So it won't make a difference now, because if you're 18, you're still, maybe in high school, you just got into your first year of college. But again, when you go out into the workforce, when you go and get a job, when you start your career, that income is finite, meaning limited, because you have to work 8 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours in order to accomplish that base income. That's here. But the cost of everything else goes up. Okay, and it keeps going up. You won't notice it until you start seeing that you'll probably have to charge more on a credit card to pay for access things, and you can't pay everything in cash. Now, some people might have rewards points. You might be using a credit card because there's 2x on travel miles bonuses. I do that all the time. But if you can't pay that credit card off in full every month, if you don't have the cash to balance out a credit card to a zero balance, you're living off credit. And that sounds good, but at the same time, you're not disciplining yourself to generate the income. Okay. That means you're borrowing more than you're generating. And what I want to talk to younger people about is the fact that you need to understand that you're very limited in life right now. You're being told that, yeah, you can go to college, get a good degree, and you're going to walk out making $80,000. Well, you know, that a lot of college degrees don't actually equate to a career that starts off at $80,000. So you really got to do some research and understand whatever degree you're picking, you know, now that happening, you got to understand that this job needs to be something that you can work through a shutdown, through disruptions in the economy and global market. And that the main reason being is that you got to be able to still generate income, because like now, the government, the institutions, they start to roll back these courtesies. You don't have to pay your rent, the rent moratorium, which is, you know, if you were behind on your rent and you got some pandemic issues, they're gonna, you know, be a little less, you can't get kicked out of your apartment. But what happens is that you may be a person that is looking for a good life, that, you know, you want better things for yourself in life. And if you're not making enough income, if your income is not growing at a rate that is faster, okay, then the cost of goods, I'm going to equate it another way. It's like Superman and the Flash, okay? Superman is your career, okay? Good God. Flash is the cocky, raising interest, the cost of goods and services, okay? So whatever side you're on this analogy, I want you to understand that your career is Superman. Superman has to be faster than the Flash in order to get to be able to beat the race of the cost of goods outrunning Superman's income. Superman's the income you need to live. Everybody knows about the race between Flash and Superman. So again, you have to understand that one of these is in your best interest. Superman winning this race is in your best interest. Now, most of the time, I think in popular comics, Flash actually really can beat Superman, which is why I put the cost of inflation being a part of, you know, assigned to the Flash. Because again, if Superman cannot beat the Flash, okay, then what's going to happen is that race that the Flash is winning, that's the cost of goods and services. That means your income becomes far smaller and smaller, which is the gap that Flash is beating Superman by. That's your ability to be able to buy quality things in the world. So how you do it is you cheat, which essentially is using a credit card, which gives Superman a little boost to catch up to the Flash, little boost. Okay, but it's like you taking an energy drink, it boosts you up, right? But what happens when you're at the limit and you can't take any more of that energy drink to get you boosted up to where the Flash is, right? When it's too dangerous to drink another sip, when your credit card is maxed out, what do you do then? Now, and then it wears off, right? The energy drink wears off. The credit card is maxed out. Now you got to pay it down. Now this income is now paying that boost goes right back into the Flash, and it makes them even faster. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to get you to understand that you're constantly being told to go work the 9 to 5 to have this career is going to equate that. Now, again, am I saying that's wrong? No, but you got to realize that you may have to work a lot of overtime. You may need to work a more at your job than you do living life in order to try to get ahead. It's a hunt, and you're the prey. Okay, the animal is the economy, the rising cost of income, and the fact that we as your parents, we as the people who are, or the generation above you, the people who are supposed to be giving you this knowledge, we don't have this message to give you. Okay, we're not teaching you anything other than to make videos and clips and things like that can help you to get attention, but it doesn't do anything to get you intention within life. It just gets you attention. All right, it doesn't give you the intention to be able to grow on and build wealth, to have life of abundance, because to me, wealth is defined by having an abundance of something, right? If you have a lot of candy to kids on a school ground, you appear wealthy because you have a gigantic bag of candy. Me being a landowner, I have over 100 properties, vacant parcels that I either have under contract, and I have another 40 in my inventory. So I don't have I have a supply, but it's an abundance of land that I can sell off for cash, want it for cash, put on payments. I have a ways to generate income that's beyond my base job and career. But what I'm saying for the younger people is that if you're in college, you're 18 to 24, you really have to establish and really focus on these things and pay attention to this in life, because you don't need to understand interest and the school level academic way, but just understand it in that relation to Flash and Superman and that race. If you understand that race, the tortoise and the hare, you got to understand that the the cost of everything is getting faster than your ability to produce income. Right now, the union I belong to and my nursing career is a big union, nurses union out in California. We're about to go on strike. And during the pandemic, we worked through and through the pandemic, but the cost of everything, the cost for a nurse who makes a lot of money in California is becoming unaffordable. The reason why I say this, if you're 18 to 24, you're probably going to be getting into a relationship. You're going to get married. You want to have children. And we're younger men. I'm talking to you right now. And this is a note for younger women too, is that for the younger men, when you're going to take on this responsibility to have a family, to be married, everybody looks at you. All right. You're supposed to provide. You're supposed to have all the answers. You're supposed to know it all. And if your parents didn't teach you that, who cares? You're now in the role where people are looking to you for guidance and leadership. Your children will look to you. Okay. When your wife or your baby mom, whatever, has a baby, she now needs protection, provision, and guidance. Okay. Guidance in the sense of, I'm guiding us towards where we're going to have a safe environment. We're going to have security. We're going to have the money we need for formula or for breast milk, because you're not working because you have this child. All right. And the child is going to look to you and say, well, whatever I want in life, that is the clothes that I need, the food that I need, whatever I need to grow, the educational environment, your job is to provide. How are you going to do that if you're being outpaced? You're Superman, losing this race in life where your income is not enough to provide for your actual family. And keep that in mind when you want to go get a family, when you want to have a relationship, and you want to start to build a union that's based upon you and another person getting together in life and being successful. If you do not understand this base principle, you will end up losing that family. That woman will end up walking away, and you'll be alone paying child support for a kid that you barely get to see. Okay. And that's one of the things that economically we're not teaching the younger generation about, these factors in their lives that they need to understand and know. And that if you are going to have a family, have a child, you need to at least have a plan for how to win this race against the Flash, which is the economy, the rise in interest rates, the things outpacing your regular income, right? Because most of the time, when you're looking good, you're a football star, you're in high school, the girls want you, you're very popular, people give you attention. So when you look like a winner, people want to gravitate to a winner. But when you start to suffer and falter, people start to turn their back on you. They don't give you the same attention. For the same reason, when a quarterback has a bad day or a bad season, they're immediately talking about getting traded, right? Tom Brady, doesn't matter how many Super Bowls he wins, when he has a super bad season, he's doing bad, trading, everybody starts to turn and starts to say, hey, maybe he's not good anymore. People always want to throw the eggs at you. All right. And I'm saying that you got to understand this is part of life that you got to prepare yourself for. All right. And if you don't do it, then you're going to be succumb to the fact that people are going to look at you like you failed. And the thing about being a young male is no one cares. Now, conversely to the woman, because I have a daughter too as well, I'm not telling women what they should do. But again, when women are going to look for a long-term partner, mate, a person to sit down and choose a life with, you have to have this same standard that is equivalent to your value. Okay. I'm not saying value and your lower value, but when you're choosing a man that you're going to have a life with. Okay. Now, if you want a guy that's having fun, you guys go on vacation, great. But when you're looking for a person that you're going to walk through life with, okay, when you're 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, you got to make sure that you ask them these questions on how they are going to provide, how they're going to give you provisions, how they're going to protect, how their income is going to outpace the inflation that's going on. All right. This is something I'm talking to my daughter about at 8 years old, getting her to understand that the right hand is showing you something on TV, wanting you to purchase something, but the left hand is not showing you what it's doing in life. So my kids understand when a new toy comes out and they're excited about it, that they have to understand that they're being sold something that they don't even want, that they did not know a second before, that they're being imprinted in or conditioned to buy. Same thing. You're being told or sold on doing a new TikTok video. Let's watch this new cool thing or this 15-second clip. You're being sold on 15 seconds of distraction for 15 years of your life. Okay. That's what they're taking away. Your future is being taken away. So you can be right in front of this TikTok video for 20, 30 seconds to distract you away from the years they're taking off your life, for how hard they're making it for you to succeed in life, because you're not being given the information to prepare or even understand what game you're playing right now. The game of life. What are the rules and what are the equipment that I need? And I'm saying right now that one of the things they're doing is that you're being shown the right hand of distraction, girls with 5 butts, guys with nice abs, this and that, look at me, and you're being distracted away from your future, which is being taken away from you, setting it up for you to go back, be in more credit card debt, be behind, and you have to work more. Now, going back to the 18-year-old male to 24, you're going to have a family. Well, guess what? When you're not home, because again, you've got to work to try to make the catch up on this race, correct? You got to work more. The woman and the child are going to say you're not there, okay? This happened to me with my wife and working overtime. When you come home from a 16-hour shift, you're still expected to be a father and a husband. It doesn't matter how hard your day is. It doesn't matter if you got work to do that night that's due tomorrow. Your family still expects you to be present. I've had other videos talking about that, being present. And if you're not present, there's going to be a problem, okay? Not being present equals having a problem, okay? And it doesn't matter if the problem lies within the fact that you're working, trying to provide for your family, because that's what you're going to say. I'm working hard, trying to provide for my family, and I'm doing this. And then you're saying I'm not here. I'm not spending time with my kid and this, right? And from the woman's perspective, she's right. It's not because you're not being present. It's because you did not solve the problem of your income outpacing the expenses in your life. That's the reason why you're not present. If you had more income and you needed to not work as much, you would be present and you would have the income to provide, to have provisions for your family. Okay. So again, it's not saying, you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, but this you should know before you have a family. And for the woman, for my daughter in the future, I'm going to say the same thing. You should not lay down with a guy who does not have this worked out. And the reason being is this. Women will tell me all the time, well, I have my own career, I have this, and this. Yes, you do, until you have a health issue, okay? Until you have an issue that you cannot work as much. It's great. We're always young, thinking we're healthy until we don't have our health on our side. If you go to any hospital, their children's hospital, they have oncology units. At children's hospital, you know what oncology units are? That's a cancer unit. There are babies who are born with cancer. So as a woman, think of this as mitigating your risk. Choosing well. If you're going to gamble on a thing that you can win on. Choose a man that's able to sit down and ask these questions to qualify him to be in your life, to be able to have a future with you. If this guy don't have it, or he has a dream, or he might be doing it or something else like this, if he has a plan, that's different. If this person has progress, that's different. Plan progress, and if he's preparing, that's different, okay? But somebody who's trying to do something and they haven't shown the results probably will not have any results for you, and you should just walk on. And I'll tell my daughter the same thing, because realistically, if they don't understand the question even being asked when it comes to how are you going to win the race, Superman? And Superman says, I'm just going to try my best. He's not going to win. You got to have a plan to beat the Flash, the inflation, the economic beast that's part of the speed force outpacing your income. And if you're with a guy who can't do that, well, when you have a child, how is he going to provide for your child? How? if he doesn't have a plan on providing for you. Now, I'm not talking about providing that you need to just rely on him, you don't work. But again, his income is part of the income for both incomes. How is he going to provide or bring any extra income if it's $2 or $3 if he has none, if he has no plan to answer these questions? That means you are just absorbing dead weight. You are absorbing someone else that you have to take care of or not rely on for the economic benefit for you and your child or your children. You may say, well, I can do okay, this, and this. Yes, I got it. But again, is that the best, most optimal way for you to have the most resources for you and your life going forward? You can take child support from a man, but it's not the same as having full support from that man being with you in your life. Just think of it from a strategic point from you having research. You're going to choose a person to be able to go through life with. If you have one health issue, which requires you to be in the hospital for 2 weeks, 3 months, or you got to be home, you got to be on bed rest, how in the world can you choose someone who can't protect, provide, and give you some provisions? Because they have to work all the time. You don't even have someone that can help tend to you. So again, I'm asking this question, giving this knowledge out for young people to prepare. This is something that you should hear by the time you were 20. This is something that anyone who's 40, I'm 41 years old. I got a 6-year-old, and a 3-week-old. And I've talked to my kids about this daily to get them to understand that the world around you is not set up for you to win. What's set up for you to win is if you have a plan, you prepare, and you're aware of the game you're playing. And no one's telling you this. My dad tells me all the time, son, buy a home, this, and this. You know what I don't hear is the math, how to get there. I don't hear the math, how to get there. It's just the outcome. My wife says all the time, oh, I want to work at this job. And I'm like, well, if you make $75 being your own independent consultant, why would you go and work for $20 just for a 401k? Well, they have 401k. You don't hear any of the plan. The math is never, ever wrong. It's never drawn out. It's calculator life. And again, life requires you to work out the process, to write out and show your work, to write the math out in order to show the work. You got to have a plan to beat the flash. And you can't do that if you don't plan, prepare, and, be aware of what game you're playing. And I'm trying to say that to you right now because, again, is it good to watch TikTok videos? Sure. But again, you're not filling your mind with things that can actually give you intention in life. It just gets you attention in life. Again, you're just getting attention. Girls, you're on TikTok, great, but you're getting attention. You're not getting intention in life. You're not getting a person who's with you with the intent to build with you. Guys, you're giving your attention away on TikTok, but you're not giving your intention. You're not getting intention back. Okay, great. You're going out on a date with a girl. Great. You're taking her out to dinner. You're providing all this, and this. Is she giving you any intention that she's planning on moving forward with you? Or is she just taking your attention? Right? Ladies, is a guy taking you out to get your attention, or is he telling you, oh, I just want to give you my attention? Or is he giving you the intention that he is a person to choose as a good person to move forward with in life? So I'm going to ask that again. Are you getting attention, or are you getting intention in life? Are you doing things to get attention? A look, a like, a smile, something fleeting in the moment? Or are you doing things that will give you intention in life, long-term outputs? You go to college to not get attention. You go to college to get intention for getting a degree, which leads to the outcome of you'll get attention from a job. You'll be able to apply for a job, but again, what you're going to do is you're going to apply for the job, that attention. And again, when they do meet with you, they have to see the intention that you are a good fit for their organization. Then your work efforts have to still be day to day. You got to show up for work, because your intentions by showing up to work and doing the job that you're supposed to do at the level of what they require or better is the requirement for you getting a pay. Right? And then when you are going through the world, you are starting to get pay or get money and get things that show people you'll get attention for your economic growth, meaning that if you have a nice car, you've got nice clothes, you're not in debt, you will get attention from people who see that you are successful. But again, what you got to do is filter out attention with intention. Who is investing in you? The intent, the in, which means they're in it with you. The intention. I tell my kids all the time, don't be sitting here smiling with people out in the world, even your teachers. You think they're your friends. No, they need to invest in you. The teachers all the time tell me, well, what's best for your child? We want to do what's best for your child. But again, if you're not investing in my child, you are not doing what's best in the child. That's a catchphrase, because you're not investing in them. You're just giving them attention right now. So again, you are walking through the world. You got a degree. You're a woman. You got a degree. You're in a high profile job, but your attention is from low-level men. You're not getting intention on a man who can help you build in life, and their intent is to have a plan. They have intent on providing and protecting, not just sliding in and DM and sliding out Netflix and chills and then walking away. That's no value to you. Same with a guy. You got a nice Benz, you got a nice car, you got this, you got savings, you got that. But again, when you're sitting around with the woman, is their looks, the attention grabbing behaviors that they're presenting to you, is that doing anything to build off the intent that you have growing in life? Is it? What value does it bring? I at 41 all the time see people who want my attention, but my intentions with them is to see, can you bring value to Ancestry Lands? Can you bring value to the movement that I have? So again, I'm going to tell you 18 to 24-year-olds, man, this is something that your parents, an OG, a person that's your aunt, uncle, they need to pull you aside. You need to hear this message. All right. Now, again, I'm talking to the 18 to 24-year-olds because this is not what's being told to you. I hope you hear this message. I want you to like, subscribe, because I'm going to be talking more to you all about your intentions in life, not the attention. And I understand what you're saying, but I know many would have already gone to TikTok by now. Many would have already gone and scrolling through IG, because again, they're designed for your attention. I'm giving you intention. My intention is to grab your intention, not attention in life. Because I want to tell you something that you probably have never been told before that you need to hear. And you might need to rewind this over again and listen to it again. These analogies that I've given you, the basics understandings of economics that are going on at the TV that the news is too boring to watch. I've been there. But again, I had someone to sit down and talk to me about it and explain in a way that I could understand. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Use that analogy to Flash and Superman. That's what's happening to you in the world. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, folks. You're 18 to 24-year-olds. I have a 20-year-old, 22-year-old nieces and nephews in that 18 to 24 range. And this is something I wish that I could sit down and talk with them, but I'm not their parents. I could say it, but it doesn't hit the same way as being their parents, the first one to tell them this, because by that time, if they haven't been taught it, it's foreign. I'm not saying that the parents haven't taught it, but it's like, you wish you could just get this message hammered in, cement it, and it's a good foundation when they're going out into the world. Because again, I got a beautiful niece, from one of my sisters, and she's in college right now. And it's like, there are men looking at her, and I hope they're not looking just to give her attention. I hope they're looking to give her intentions. When I'm asking them questions, I always ask them, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you want out of your life in 5 years? And I can already see they had no intention on planning that far. Attention, not attention. So again, folks, I want you to understand that, you got it. The life you save will be your own. And the only way you're going to save that in your life is by having intent in life, intention in life, not attention in life. Okay. Because a millionaire that you don't know, that doesn't have your attention, is still a millionaire without you even knowing it. They don't need your attention to be a millionaire. They're already a millionaire. All right. So you got to figure out what your intention is. Leave a like, comment below in the video. Thank you so much for watching. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands. Listen, if you're interested in growing some wealth, living a life of abundance, having land of abundance, land ownership, having ownership in abundance, then you definitely need to go to ancestrylands.com. Subscribe to this channel. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Ancestry Lands, all over the place. We're on TikTok too as well. But we're not doing booty videos. We're bringing property videos to you, trying to show you, provide ways for you to have things that can help your intention in life. Land ownership is something that has intent behind it. Okay, not attention. So again, folks, Phil Davis, thank you so much. Buy land, build wealth. Remember, if you don't own property, you'll be owned as property. Okay, you already have a social security number. You already have an identification number, okay? So does land, so does grocery products, all right? You already have a number attached to you. If you don't own property, you will be owned as property, folks. Phil Davis, Ancestry Lands. Like, subscribe, share, and I'm out. Peace.